Welcome to our first staycation, Touch of Gold. We have people joining us virtually from across the country, and we just want to say that we hope that this is the first and only time that we have to do this. And we're grateful that you're coming to support us on our first virtual event. There's a few changes in the program tonight. I don't have a co-host. Unfortunately, our co-host, Terry McCullum, our board of director, is unable to be with us tonight. And we're sorry about that. But you get to listen to me, co-host and MC, all night tonight. I'd like to say a special thank you to our sponsors. Store Force Solutions, Studio Luma, that's where we are tonight, for graciously hosting us and helping us recreate this event virtually. We could not have done this without you. A special thank you to Shaw Birdies for Kids, presented by AltaLink. They will be matching funds raised up to 50% tonight, and a thank you to Angus Fraser, who sponsored our cancer families so that they could celebrate with us tonight, and we will be hopefully able to see them live. I'm going to tell you now a little bit about Believe and how it started. Believe was inspired by a 16-year-old girl, my amazing daughter, JC Uphill. She was a bright light, so full of life and laughter. She was a gifted dancer with drive, dreams, and determination, looking forward to a bright future. But overnight, that changed with her cancer diagnosis. JC battled her cancer with strength and courage and a belief that she would prevail. Realizing she may not survive, JC began to fight not for herself, but for all children who were diagnosed with cancer. She believed that she could make a difference for children battling with cancer. She became my hero when she took this challenge on. She kept fighting until the end, not just for herself, but for this cause. She wanted to erase the pain and the suffering that comes from the harsh cancer treatments. She wanted to see families carry less financial burdens during their cancer journeys. She wanted to spread awareness about the brutal treatments for children during cancer treatments. She wanted to find a way to fund advancements for new and better treatments for childhood cancer. She wanted the world to know about the gold ribbon that represents childhood cancer. Her diagnosis has forever changed our family's lives, and I miss her every minute of every day. And I wonder what she would be doing now in this world. What milestones would she have reached? But that is my grief, and that will always be with me. I carry so many wonderful memories of JC with me, and I will cherish them always and keep them close to my heart. I cannot compare my story of grief or loss of a child to anybody else's loss of a child or anybody else's grief. No one's loss is the same. No one's grief is the same. But here we are today, all still believing. I thank God for continuing to bring us blessings and guidance And I am so grateful to my parents, my mom, who is watching online tonight. And I'm grateful for my family. My dad is in heaven with JC, watching from above. He was my biggest supporter for Believe and biggest cheerleader. And he wanted me to keep carrying on JC's legacy through Believe in the Goal. And on tonight. Thank you, Joseph and Rosanna, who are also watching. Support and time with me so that we can survive. Thank you to our friends and supporters who have been there since the beginning of this very difficult journey. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you to the Touch of Gold Committee. We have a few with us here tonight who are working endlessly year-round on making this happen. And a heartfelt thank you to the board of directors, who you don't often see. I know that hearing stories of cancer families and children with cancer can be heartbreaking. But it means the world to a family to tell their life-changing story. Coming together tonight to share stories of loss, stories of survival, and stories of hope is why we are here. We are committed to these children. We have to hope, and that is why we all continue to believe. I'm going to move on to some housekeeping now for our event. So once again, all your donations that you're making tonight through the raffle, through the auction, and through donating online are going to be matched by Birdies for Kids, presented by AltaLink, up to 50%. I'm going to go over how to use our Greater Giving auction site. And if you don't have a mobile phone, that you can have 2 web pages open and be watching us and have your bidding page open. So you have to go onto the Greater Giving site that you were emailed and create an account and register with your credit card information in order to bid. After clicking, you'll receive a text or a link to verify your information, and then you can start searching the categories that you'd like to bid on, or you can just scroll through the categories. When you select a package, it will give you the details, and if you wish to bid on it, you can push bid, or you can push bid more. If you choose to bid more, you can set a maximum bid. What the maximum bid is, it pushes you to the highest bid that you're willing to bid on for that item, and it will continue to automatically bid for you to that number. If your bid is lower than the highest bid that you've chosen, then that is what you will pay. And if somebody bids higher than what you have put as your maximum bid, you will receive notification that someone has outbid you. To purchase a package at a buy now price, select that button, Buy Now. To watch a package, you can use a star that's up on the right-hand corner icon to keep an eye out on that package to watch it. if you would like to donate, there is a donate button on your home screen, and choose the amount you would like to donate. If you've been outbid on a donation, you will be sent an email that says you've been outbid. To view packages you're watching, you can just select favorites and it'll continue to show you the packages you're watching. Once the auction closes, the guests with the highest bids will win. Under the bids area, you can check if you're winning any packages. So, also getting prepared for what's coming up tonight, you will have received in the mail a mixology package. Make sure you have opened your kit and you're ready to start. This mass class will be with our masterclass mixologist. It will be about 1 hour long. You will be making an elderflower Bellini and the eventologist original, a 24 karat, not ring, 24 karat sour with edible 24 karat golden flakes. And we will be making them here as well. We were sent a note that a few packages were missing the paintbrushes for the gold leaves. So if you were missing the paintbrushes in your kit, they'd let us know that you can find a small paintbrush at home. If you don't have one of those, you can use an old toothbrush, makeup brush, or they said cotton bud, but I'm assuming that means cotton ball. Do not use a teaspoon or your hands, they said, for staining purposes. So that's some of the housekeeping for tonight. And I'm going to fill you in on a few things that's been happening with Believe in the Gold over the last few years as we've started to grow. So in 2014, Believe in the Gold started as a grassroots charity with some of my closest friends and family. And till now, we have raised $1.3 million. In 2019, Believe in the Gold hit a record and raised over $400,000 thanks to so many generous donors. Believe in the Gold did not start its family support program until 2017, and since then, in BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan, we have helped over 400 families with financial aid while a child has been battling cancer. So some wonderful progress that Believe has made thanks to generous donors and people like you making a difference for people with childhood cancer. When JC started dreaming about Believe in the Gold, the gold ribbon was barely recognized as a symbol for childhood cancer. And now it is recognized in September as September is recognized as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to show you a little teaser video of some of the stars that we have this year. And because it's virtual, we're lucky to see a star from each of the provinces that we're helping families.
This is my cancer survivor. His name is Jordan, and he was diagnosed with bilateral retinoblastoma when he was 4 months old. So it was eye cancer. He actually got his eye removed. It's definitely been a scary adventure, but you know what? No matter what, my son is usually smiling, so I'm very grateful for it.
Connor was diagnosed at 15 months old with hepatoblastoma. It's a rare form of liver cancer. It's 1 in 5 billion for boys under 5. Without believing the gold, I don't know how we would have done it. I don't think we would have our home, our vehicles, like our bills wouldn't be paid. It would be really scary.
In 2016, our daughter Zara was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 15 months old. It was a nightmare we never expected. Zara is a warrior. She took all of the needles, all of the chemo. Zara is now almost 6 years old. She is doing amazing. Thank you, Believe in the Gold, for all that you have done for my family.
So welcome back. You'll be seeing these stars later in the night. But right now, we're going to hear from Dr. Mahoney. When this charity started, I first met with Dr. Douglas Mahoney, the assistant professor in the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Infectious Disease. He had a genuine compassion for children diagnosed with cancer, and he was committed to finding safer, more effective treatments. To date, Believe has donated over $300,000 in support of research efforts towards childhood cancer. Let's listen now to Dr. Mahoney tell us himself about some of the most updated research he's doing.
Good evening, Shanalee, and the entire Believe in the Gold organization, as well as everyone on your computers participating in the first and cancers are complex diseases that present many difficult challenges to making a safe and effective new treatment. This is especially true of pediatric solid tumors, such as the Ewing sarcoma that took JC's life a decade ago. Doctors usually treat pediatric cancers with a combination of chemotherapy and radiation, which are designed to kill cancer cells while sparing healthy cells, or by cutting them out with a knife. While these approaches are effective about 80% of the time, they tend to come at a cost, with long-term side effects such as sterility, organ damage, or cognitive deficits, often dampening a patient's long-term quality of life. And of course, for many patients, including JC, these therapies simply don't work. In the past decade, a new way to treat pediatric cancer has been developed called immunotherapy. The essence of immunotherapy is that the patient's own immune system can be harnessed in one way or another to treat their cancer. Much like our immune systems recognize and destroy a harmful virus or bacteria, protecting us from disease, it can also recognize and destroy our cancer cells. The problem is pediatric tumors are a slippery foe and can find ways to hide from the immune system or block immune cells from working properly. The job of folks like me and other immunotherapists around the globe is to develop strategies that push a patient's immune system to better recognize their tumor or function more effectively against it. There are many ways to do this, but one that's been a game changer for certain types of childhood blood cancers is called CAR T-cell therapy. Some of you may have heard of this therapy in the news. It's a truly extraordinary medicine that harnesses the power of synthetic biology to redirect a patient's immune system against their cancer. CAR T-cell therapy works like this. A patient donates their blood, and immune cells within the blood are collected and sent to a laboratory. There, those immune cells are genetically engineered to express a molecule called a CAR, or chimeric antigen receptor, which is a synthetically engineered protein that provides instructions to the immune cells to attack and kill the patient's cancer. Those cells are then grown to millions of copies in the lab before being transplanted back into the patient. If the treatment works as intended, those CAR T cells will find the patient's tumor cells and efficiently kill them. Sounds a bit like science fiction. Well, after nearly a quarter century of research and development, a first-in-class CAR T-cell therapy is now approved by Health Canada to treat certain forms of leukemia in children. Developed originally at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, the treatment works by redirecting a patient's immune system toward a molecule called CD19, which is found on the surface of acute lymphoblastic leukemia cells. This directs the CAR T-cells to kill the leukemia. Now, the treatment is not perfect. It can come with some pretty strong side effects, but they are generally manageable in the hospital and don't seem to cause long-term debilitating issues. Importantly, the treatment is potentially curative in over half of patients treated, patients who do not respond to conventional therapies and would have otherwise died of their disease. This is a tremendous advance for pediatric leukemia, representing the most transformative new treatment in decades. And owing to the hard work of our pediatric oncologists at the Alberta Children's Hospital, as of 2 months ago, this treatment is now available to patients in Alberta. However, despite its success against blood cancers, CAR T-cell therapy doesn't work very well against solid tumors like sarcoma, at least not yet. There are several reasons for this, which scientists are beginning to understand. One reason is that solid tumors do a better job of hiding from the immune system than blood tumors do. This makes it more difficult for CAR T-cells to find their target cancer cell. Another reason is that solid tumors are more hostile to the immune system. This makes it harder for CAR T-cells to remain functional for long enough to clear the entire tumor. Over the past 5 years, my team has been working tirelessly to address these and other issues facing CAR T-cell therapy of pediatric solid tumors, with creativity and innovation. For example, we've leveraged genetic engineering to develop novel CAR T-cells that recognize a patient's sarcoma cell more effectively. We've created companion therapeutics to help those CAR T-cells withstand the hostile tumor microenvironment. Our work has been funded by Believe in the Gold and other government and philanthropic organizations. More recently, our approaches have grown into a large priority research program within the Alberta Children's Hospital and Charbonneau Cancer Research Institutes. This new program, called ACTION, or the Alberta Cellular Therapy and Immune Oncology Initiative, includes over a dozen clinicians and scientists and their teams in Calgary and Edmonton, all working to develop safer and more effective CAR T-cell therapies for pediatric cancer patients. This is a really exciting program, one that Shawnee and I have dreamed about for many years, because for the first time, we now have all the pieces in place to not only build and test new therapies in the laboratory, but also evaluate them for safety and efficacy in real human patients. None of this will be quick or easy. A long and difficult journey still lies ahead, but for the first time since starting our research, we have a direct line of sight to clinical translation. This puts us in a position to learn just how well our therapies work in real human patients, or why they fail, and how to make them work better. This is what you helped launch 8 years ago when you began funding my research. It is what you now fund with your continued support tonight. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
So here we are in Studio Luma's kitchen, getting ready and all set up for our mixology event. We're waiting for our mixologist to come online and meet us. And before we do, I'm just going to remind you again on how to create your account and bid. Also, in your email, if you seen, there is a raffle happening, which is a 50-50 draw. The link was specifically in your email. It is not part of the greater giving auction. It is in your email. So if you're looking to buy a 50-50 ticket, it would be inside of the email. And I see our mixologist has joined us now, and I'm going to hand it over.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, Mike. I'm Lisa. I just wanted, thanks for joining us. Hi, can you hear me
Introduce
okay?
yourself, Lisa.
Okay, I'm Lisa, part of the committee with Touch of Gold. I just wanted to introduce Mike. He is leading our mixology event, and he's a master class mixologist, brings over 20 years of experience. He's also a co-owner of the legendary Monarch Tavern, and he curated a collection of the finest rare bourbon available in Ontario. So to get this started, I hope everyone's ready. We're gonna follow along to make some of these cocktails. And I'll leave it. I think, sure. Okay, maybe you want to explain some things that we might need. I have some simple sugar boiling right now, so maybe. Okay. Yep.
There's two cards. There's a menu card, and then there's also a list of items, tools, and ingredients that you would need.
Okay.
So I just basically go over that again to double check and make sure everybody has the tools necessary. So again, I'll just wait a minute before we do that. Who are you speaking to right now?
Everyone that's joined the live event.
Okay. So I can't see them though.
No, you can't, but they can see you.
They can see me. Hi, everybody. Okay. So let's just give it another minute or two for the other people to be able to sign in.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
So just wanted to let you know that our viewers are watching the live stream and not the Zoom.
Oh, they're watching the live stream, not the Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. What we usually do through the Zoom is it's just a way for us to be able to communicate with the people who are participating in the class. So if people have a question or people might miss a step and they need to ask me for something, should we just instruct them to ask you and then you would facilitate that? Because usually we have a tech here as well who would usually facilitate that. People could use the chat function or just ask a question.
So I believe that there is a chat enabled. And so we have another person here who will be monitoring that.
Okay.
And if there's questions, then I can ask you.
That's terrific. So so that's great. So hi everyone, and welcome to your Believe in the Gold Mixology Masterclass. My name is Michael Dorvick. It's terrific to be here. I'm coming to you live and direct from beautiful Muskoka, Ontario. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, primarily in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I was the co-owner of the Monarch Tavern for the last 10 years. Yes, we had a delicious bourbon program. It was whiskey heaven, if any of you love whiskey. My current project is here in Bracebridge, Ontario, called Bracebridge Hall. It's a cocktail bar and live music venue. Unfortunately, we opened just at the tail end of August 2019, and then the pandemic hit. So I feel like we haven't even really been open very much for the last year. But this makes this event all the more special for me because this is the most people that I've been able to serve in quite a long time. So I hope everyone's comfortable and everyone pulls up a seat at the bar. I want us to be able to interact and chat. Today we're making two cocktails, the Elderflower Bellini and the 24 Karat Sour. The first one is pretty easy to do, but there are some methods to the madness for the second one. So try to keep up. I'll slow it down. If you have any questions, please use the chat feature. Ask if I've missed something or you need to catch up. Please don't hesitate to ask. We want everybody to be on the same page and doing it at the same speed. So if everybody has their cards, it helps just knowing that there's the 2 cocktails. There's also a list of ingredients that you'll need. I'm gonna go through those right now, and tools. If you don't have any of those things, then you can speak up and we can find a way to substitute, possibly. There is somebody named Robin Young, who may not have received a kit. If she didn't receive a kit, then we might have to just ask her to pull some things out of her fridge or her cupboard and wing it with us. So if she wants to ask you possibly what to use, we can go from there. So to start off, do you want to say anything?
I also, if anybody's joining us on YouTube, if there's any questions, you can actually ask a question in the chat that's enabled there as well. And I do believe Robin did get a kit today, so
great.
She's okay.
Terrific. I always ask first and foremost if there's anybody participating in only the mocktail and not drinking any alcohol. I can help with that, but basically we're just not, in that case, not using the spirits, the rum, which is the main ingredient. It's in both cocktails, or your cava brut. We're using Freshnette here, but any cava or Spanish sparkling will do. So those are the 2 main alcohol ingredients. So I'm just going to go through what we'll need here. You have the 2 alcohol ingredients. You're going to have your elderflower cordial, your Angostura bitters, both your juices, the peach and the pineapple. Those are your main ingredients. And over here, for the second cocktail, you'll need an egg. If you don't have an egg, you can use egg whites. If you don't want to use egg whites for any vegans, then you can use chickpea juice, or you can just not use it altogether. The pineapple will do its job. We have 2 peppermint tea bags. The gold leaf, I'm going to let everybody know, it's extremely important. We don't touch the gold leaf with our skin because it will stick to you, and it's got the Midas touch. Literally, it will never be able to come off your skin. So we're just going to leave that there. Try not to blow on it or use your breath or anything. We're going to come back to that in the second round. So just keep that aside, but yeah, try not to touch it. And then you will need, I have a paintbrush here. I don't think many of you have received that in a kit. So what I'll ask is you can use a Q-tip or the end of a pen or something like that. We're just going to need to be able to break it up, and then we're going to use that for our garnish for the second cocktail. So it'd be great if you had a cutting board with a knife. You have your 2 lemons. We're going to use 1 for each of the cocktails. If you have a juicer or some kind of strainer, that would be great as well. I have a peeler here. You don't necessarily need that. A sharp knife will do. You're going to need a pot and access to a stove with some running water. This will be for our simple syrup, and about a cup of sugar. If you don't have a full cup of sugar, that's fine. We're going to be making the simple syrup, and that would be the first thing that we do, which you'll be using equal parts sugar and water. Does everybody have a shaker or some kind of receptacle that you'll need to be able to close and tighten so we can shake up for the second cocktail? Again, if you don't have one of these, a mason jar will do, or anything that you can close tightly to be able to shake it about. You'll, of course, need your glassware. We're going to use a wine glass for this one. You can use a coffee mug. You can use a rocks glass. And then I'm using something a little fancier for the second cocktail. So you'll need those, and of course, ice. So how's everybody doing so far? Do we all have the ingredients and tools that we need?
I think so.
Okay, great. So we're going to get started. Now, essentially what I'd love everyone to start doing is take your sugar and water. I'm going to be using equal parts sugar to the water and pour it into your pot. This is going to make the simple syrup. Literally, simple syrup is just that. It's the easiest thing to make. I'm going to be putting that into the pot and turn on We're going to bring it to a boil. I'm already using some hot water. If for whatever reason you didn't have access to the stove, that's fine. Cold water will do. You're just going to have to stir it out a bit. Now, I just want to emphasize this simple syrup is for the second cocktail, which is the 24 karat sour. We won't be using it for the first cocktail. I just want to get this out of the way. Again, equal parts sugar and water into your pot. We're going to bring it to a boil, stir it a couple times, and then we can just forget about it. So if everyone has accomplished that step, again, just leave your sugar water, simple syrup, off to the side. We're going to bring it to a boil. Just going to let it heat up and stir occasionally. So we're going to start with your elderflower Bellini. This is a delicious drink, very sweet with the rum, but it balances out nicely with the effervescence of the cava or brut. So what I'd love everyone to do is take your receptacle, your shaker. I'm going to use a clear glass so you can see what I'm pouring in here. No ice in it right now to start. I did not mention, but everyone should use a shot glass. If you don't have a shot glass, anything that you can measure your pours with. Does anybody not have something like this? You can free pour it, but a spoon will do. It'll take a few more. So I always use ounces at the bar. We talk in ounces, but 1 ounce of rum would be equal to 30 milliliters of spirit. So let's start with that. We're going to do 1 ounce.
So I'm going to use water, if that's okay, to do the mocktail option.
If you're going to do the mocktail option, I would recommend just don't put any rum in it, obviously.
Okay.
And don't add any water because we're going to be diluting it with ice.
Okay, perfect.
You don't want to have too watery of a drink. So I'm going to put 1 ounce or 30 milliliters into my shaker or mixing glass. I'm using Appleton Estates rum. This is a beautiful amber from Jamaica. This brand is over 273 years old. Beautiful sugarcane molasses and hints of apricot. And you might get a little bit of pineapple in there too. So next, your peach nectar. You have this out. Let's shake it up a little bit. Get those juices out. We're going to be using the same amount, 30 milliliters or 1 ounce. For those of you who are doing the mocktail, I'd say add an extra ounce of this into your mixing glass. That'll substitute for the rum nicely. Everybody have a peek of your simple syrup. I'm just going to give it a stir. It should be coming up to a boil soon. Just give that a stir. And then we can come back. So right now you've got your rum in here, your peach, and then here comes your elderflower cordial. Elderflower is herbal, botanical. It actually comes from the Zambuca family. This is non-alcoholic. This full vial here is a little more than 1 ounce or 30 milliliters. So what I'd like to do is actually pour out 3/4 of the bottle.
Okay.
Or you can use maybe about 5 of the full droppers. See how thick that is?
Oh yeah. It smells really good too.
It smells delicious, yeah. Don't overdo it. If you did use it all, that's fine. It'll just make the drink a little bit sweeter. But like I said, about 3/4 of the full bottle into your mixing glass would be great. Okay, 1 of your lemons. Before we cut this lemon, take your knife. In this case, I'm using a peeler. What I'd love everyone to do is we're gonna take the rind and the peel off of the lemon. We're gonna make a circular motion. Try to make a ribbon and go all the way around. I've cut myself many times on these things. So maybe be careful, but just that's good enough.
Just like right in the middle only?
You can do it on the side or up and down, whatever. Just want to get about, 3 or 4 inches worth.
Okay. Mine keeps breaking up, but I'm sure others are
Yeah,
better than me.
this garnish will just be for a little pizzazz at the end of it. It's always nice to have a garnish on top.
Okay.
For this case, you have a little bit of pith there. You don't need to peel that off. We want it to be a little bit firm. Nobody likes a floppy lemon. And then I'm just going to slice with my knife on the edges. Just clean that up a little bit. We'll make a straight edge on one. Discard that. I'll turn that around.
What if it's like all crumbled like this?
That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to leave that there. This is what I got out of it. I'm just going to leave that there for the time being.
I'm just going to chop mine up into pieces because I'm not sure.
Too. That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a nice little touch. So, back to your mix. Take your lemon. I'm going to cut it in half so I can put it in the peeler, into the squeezer. I'm not sure how big everyone's lemon is. This is quite a small one. We're going to want 1 ounce of lemon juice into here. This one will probably get me a little bit half of that, so you might need to use the whole entire lemon.
Okay.
But please don't be skimpy on the lemon juice. This freshness will really bring out the flavors of the rum and give it a little tartness that you'll need. So that's half an ounce and half a lemon.
For someone
go ahead.
like me, I don't have a lemon juicer. I'm using my hand, so I'll be using the full lemon.
That's great. So just try to put your hand over it. It's going to get a little messy, but you don't want any seeds in there. We are going to be shaking it up anyway and straining it, but that's really what the juicer's for. It gets it all out and it prevents any of the seeds from going in. So yeah, use the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm going to use my other half as well. Right. How's everybody doing so far?
Good.
I don't see any chat. Does anybody need any extra instruction or have any questions? Okay.
We're okay.
Okay, we're okay. It's easy enough. Before we do this, let's go back to your simple syrup. Let's give it one more stir and turn off the heat.
Mine's already heated pretty good.
You're way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, stir it up and turn it off. We're going to forget that.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what I have in here. We have our rum, our nectar, our cordial, our lemon juice.
Okay.
I'm going to transfer this to my shaker. Everyone should have it in their shaker. And then let's add ice to it.
I'll skip on the ice. Don't have any ice right now, but.
You don't have any ice?
No.
Okay, well, your drink's not going to taste as good as mine, but that's
it's okay. It's okay.
So for those of you, I have ice in my shaker, but I'm also going to put a little bit in my wine glass. You want to be able to top that up. Okay, so close up your shaker, your mixing jar, whatever you have. And if you're ready, let's get mixing. I can't really see you doing this, but you can see me. I want everyone to give it all their might. We're going to shake this for about 15 seconds and really mix everything up, all right? Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop.
I'm going to add some ice.
When you feel the outside of your shaker getting a little chilled, that's when you know it's ready. Okay. Just take that off. You should be able to smell that effervescence there.
Oh, that smells so good.
Okay. So I just poured it over with a strainer. Then I'm going to use the additional ice. Put that in there. so it fills it up a little bit and it'll still dilute it. And then I go back to my lemon peel here, and I'm gonna roll it up. Any of you people in BC, you know what I'm doing here? Just roll it up nice and tight to a little ribbon. Nice little garnish on top. That's all you're doing. You can slice it or dice it. That's terrific. Well, if everyone has their drinks ready, this is your elderflower Bellini, your first drink of the evening. Beautiful gold color, great aroma. I want to cheers, everyone. Please hold up your glasses. And cheers to you.
Cheers. You want to try? Cheers. Cheers.
That is delicious.
Oh, that is really good.
The sweetness. I might have put a little bit too much lemon in mine. It's quite tart, but it really balances nicely with the elderflower cordial.
Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Anybody feel like they're in Jamaica yet?
I do.
Are you getting any
That's delicious. How did everybody do? I'm giving you a thumbs up here. Very happy for you. I hope
everyone's giving you a thumbs up.
Everyone's giving me a thumbs up. Well, thank you.
Yep.
So I want you guys to enjoy this drink. I want you to kind of chat amongst yourselves. While you're doing that, I'm going to kind of tidy up our station, maybe replenish your ice. Make sure that you have a second glass for the next cocktail. But while I have your attention, I'd like to just bring you back to your mint tea bags. So I would love if everyone has a cup or a bowl or any kind of receptacle. We're going to use both of these tea bags, and we're going to pour some of your simple syrup into that cup. And we're going to infuse the mint tea into that glass. Again, this is going to be for the second cocktail. We haven't really started making it yet, but since you've got your simple syrup ready to go, we're going to just add this now and get it out of the way so it's ready for you. So yeah, use both tea bags. We really want to get that mint flavor infused in your sugar water simple syrup.
Are we going to be using, are we pouring this in the same cup as the tea, or are we going to need another cup?
You're going to be pouring from your pot, from your simple syrup pot. It really doesn't matter how much you use because we want to kind of fill this up. But I'd love, if everyone used the 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, I'd love for you to save some of your simple syrup for later. It'll stash in the fridge for up to a month, up to 3 weeks or a month. So it's always good to have a little bit of simple syrup on hand for when you make your next cocktail on your own. So I'm going to put not that much. I'm going to cover the tea bags with it. Where we're going to be using 1 ounce of this for the cocktail. So anyway, just let that steep. You've got your sugar, simple syrup in there. And we're just going to let that steep and forget about it. So I'm really enjoying this drink. I hope you are as well. Has anybody ever been to Jamaica? I was there 1 year ago, first week of March, sitting on the beach when we got that call that we all had to evacuate before Canada closed the border. So it's quite a memorable experience drinking on the beach before a pandemic and wishing we were back there. So
it's as close to Jamaica as we'll get then.
Yeah. Oh, that's delicious.
That's really good. So it looks like we're getting a lot of photos being sent in with people very happy with the drink that we just made. So I think it's a hit.
Terrific, terrific. I really wish I could see everybody and interact with you a little bit more, but if everything is going well. As I asked you before, you're just gonna kind of clean up your station, re-up your ice, make sure that your simple syrup is off, your stove is off, and that's infusing. This next drink, the 24 karat sour, is an amazing mixture of many ingredients. Again, if there's any vegans in the house and anyone doesn't want to use the egg white, it's not essential. The way sours were made back in pre-prohibition days, the egg would just bring that froth up and emulsify all the other ingredients together, bringing them together to hold in the flavors. And then it also looks beautiful with that kind of foamy head on top, which we're going to get. So you can eliminate the egg altogether because the pineapple juice will make up for that and bring some froth up. It may not look as great and may not have that protein in it, but that's up to you. I'll be using it because I think it's an amazing part of the drink. Is there any other ingredient that maybe people don't have? We haven't had any questions about that.
I can find out if there's any questions.
Just make sure you have that extra lemon. This is the other most important ingredient in here because this is your sour. So we're going to be using a whole lemon.
Okay.
And I like to garnish it again. So I'm just going to peel. We'll give you a second chance. I'm going to do that peel again.
Okay. So we're just going to peel in the middle again. Like we
Yeah, try to peel around.
Okay.
In a circular motion. We'll get a longer ribbon than last time if possible. And if you break it, it doesn't matter.
My goal is not to break it this time.
And this time I'm just going to cut on an angle. That way, a right angle, and that way.
So you're just cutting it into just tiny pieces and into strips?
Yeah, I'm cutting into just smaller ribbons now.
Okay.
Looks like a bit of a mess on here, but it's nice to have. This is just an additional garnish because we're using the gold.
Oh, nice. Is it going to resemble like a yellow rose?
You could. Wow. Are you making a rose out of it?
I'm trying to.
Anybody have some garnish skills that I might not?
I guess this is when everyone will try out their artistic abilities. Now that we're kind of a pro.
I want to make sure again that everyone's shaker has been cleaned out. We don't want any of the peach nectar in there from the last cocktail. So make sure you're nice and clean here.
Okay.
Lisa, can I ask how many people are participating in this right now? How many people are you seeing?
30.
How
You have an
many?
audience of 30.
30. That's terrific. Like I said, it's the most amount of people I've served in a long time. So I wish you were all sitting here in person. Okay, so 24 karat sour. This is an exclusive drink to Eventology. Alex came up with this recipe and her and I refined it. I think it's going to be a great touch for this event. And I wanted to say also to the 30 people who are here participating, what a great cause Believe in the Gold is. I'm sure cancer has touched us all in some way or another, and taking care of the children is such a special thing. So I just want to give a shout out to there, and thanks for being a part of this. Such a great cause. Cheers to you.
Thanks for also being our mixologist for this event.
Yeah, I really hope everyone's following along. And so this drink is very spirit driven. Again, if you're not participating in the actual alcohol version of this, we're just going to leave out the rum and we'll just top it up with the other ingredients. So for this cocktail, we're going to use our rum and we're going to use 2 ounces to start with. So that would be 60 milliliters.
60 milliliters of rum.
60 milliliters of rum, yes. So it's going to be double the amount that we did for the first drink.
Okay.
It is quite boozy,
Yep.
but it will also be quite balanced.
Nice. Do I need to add anything if I'm going to be doing a mocktail for this one as well? Other than the booze, like what can I replace that with? Or I'm sure there's people at home who are making this for their kids as well.
Well, then I would just stick with the pineapple juice that you have, and we'll just use more of it.
Okay.
So yeah, for everybody at home, all a mocktail is removing the alcohol. The beautiful thing about these kits is that you don't have to add the alcohol to them to get the full flavor experience, because the bitters do have alcohol in them, but we're going to use such a small amount that would be negligible. And my Italian grandmother used to give us bitters as medicine when we were kids. So I tasted it as a young boy. But if you want to eliminate that as well, you're going to be using your lemon juice, your pineapple juice, and then your simple syrup, your mint simple syrup. So we'll just use more of it.
Okay.
So I've got 2 ounces in here of the rum. Let's shake up your pineapple juice. Make sure we got that all mixed up. And I'm going to use 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of this as well. If you're not drinking, I'd say double it up and use 4 ounces. But for anybody who already has rum in their shaker, I'm going to go 1 and 2. For the mocktail, use 4. While I have you, I'm using this lovely glass. I'm just going to put some ice in it just to chill it. We're going to be discarding this ice before we make the drink, but it's nice to have a very chilled glass with this. It'll also keep the head and foam nicely formed on top. So let's go back.
Sorry, we're just putting ice in the cup for now.
Yeah, we're going to chill your glass.
Okay.
No ice in your mixing cup or your shaker, none at all right now, because we're going to be shaking that twice. And the first time it's going to be dry shake, so we definitely don't want any ice in here right now. Just ice in your glass to be chilled, and we use that. So we have 2 ounces of rum, 2 ounces of the pineapple juice. We're going to go back to your lemon, and we're going to squeeze an entire lemon. We're going to get another 1 ounce of lemon juice out of here. So many cocktails in the pre-prohibition era needed to be cut with lemon and cordials because the alcohol that was being used was probably bathtub hooch made by who knows what from who knows where. So these fresh ingredients were always essential in a classic sour to kind of take away from the terrible alcohol taste.
Smart.
So in our case, we have very good and clean alcohol, but we still want to make sure that we have that full 1 ounce of lemon juice in here.
So again, I will be using the full lemon.
I would definitely use the full lemon. Again, some of you have bigger lemons than this. I have a bit of a small lemon here. It's not about the size of the lemon, it's about the juice. Don't forget that. So there's half of one. And that should be about full ounce in there.
Okay.
Everybody with me?
I think so. We're all good. Everyone good? Yeah, we're good.
So now you take your little eyedropper of Angostura bitters. Angostura bitters actually come from Trinidad. The recipe is about 150 years old. When the Spanish settlers came over to the islands, they brought their molasses and their sugarcane, and they also brought their different botanical ingredients. This is a very well-guarded recipe. We don't really know what's in it, except that it's used as a digestive. And for any of you hipsters out there, bartenders across the world used to take a shot of this at the end of their shift. It tastes like medicine, especially if you use too much of it. It's highly concentrated alcohol. So in this case, we're just going to use a bit of your dropper. Right there, I've got about a half dropper. I'm only going to use 2 or 3 squeezes for now. So just,
That's it.
yeah, so just drop, drop, drop. Make sure you still have some in there. We're going to revisit this later, but just put 3 or 4 little drops right into your mixing glass or your shaker. So rum, pineapple juice, lemon juice, and bitters. Over to your simple syrup infusion. So got these tea bags, which are definitely soaked in. You may find that your glass or your mug or whatever is a little bit warm from the simple syrup. That's fine. We're going to chill that when we shake it. I'm just going to discard these tea bags. You can put them to the side and use them again if you might want to, if you make this cocktail a second time after we're done. But right here, I've got probably 3 or 4 ounces of the mint simple syrup. But we're going to transfer this to your shot glass. Again, we're going to use 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of your mint simple syrup.
Okay.
You can use a spoon to spoon it in if you want to. It'd be about 4 tablespoons. Should do about right. But look at the thickness of that. And I don't know if you can smell the mint.
Oh, I can tell. Oh, the mint. Definitely smell the mint.
Yeah. So leave that to the side. Hopefully you have a little bit more left over. Like I said, any of these things, the simple syrup or the mint tea, you can keep them together or separately. They'll keep in your fridge for a while. And I really recommend keeping them so you can make a cocktail for yourself. Not necessarily this one if you don't want to, but this will go well with any kind of drink, alcoholic or not. So we have the rum, pineapple juice, lemon juice, simple syrup, Angostura bitters. Now we come to the egg. People might feel a little daunted by using this. I cheat a little bit at the bar. I use egg whites from a container. They don't do the job of a real egg white. Everyone's cracked an egg before. Doesn't matter what size it is. So of course we don't want to get any shells in your shaker. If they do, whatever, we'll be able to strain it out. But what I would love is for you just to crack the egg at the side, and we're just going to use the whites. You don't want to get any of the yolk in there.
I'm going to skip out on the whites.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to give it a crack there. And I'm just going to turn it back and forth, putting the yolk back and forth, and we're getting just the whites out of there. So this is being used to emulsify. It's going to bring all those ingredients together. I think I've got it.
And Mike, for the audience that are not using egg whites, it's completely okay to skip the step, right? This is just to make the drink frothy.
Absolutely, because it is protein, but it also helps with the emulsification. Yeah, if you don't want to use it, that's fine. I will recommend that if anyone who's decided not to use the egg, maybe put another ½ ounce of pineapple juice into the drink. It may sweeten the drink up a little bit more, but it's also going to give you that froth. Pineapple works very, very well with the emulsification. So
that would be like 15 milliliters of pineapple juice, right?
That's right, 15 milliliter, add that. And that's only for people who are not using the egg.
Okay.
We, at the bar here, for vegans who might want a cocktail like this, we use chickpea brine. And that works very, very well. Completely vegan and does the same job.
And where would you get chickpea brine from?
From a chickpea can. Just you open the can. Well, that's another reason why we don't use it that often, because we're not making hummus here. So, so I've got my egg white in here. I'm actually going to keep it in here, and I'm going to put all of my liquids, the rum, the pineapple, the simple syrup, the Angostura bitters, and the lemon juice in with my egg. And remember, there is no ice in this glass. Hopefully no one put any ice into this mixing cup. We're gonna close up your shaker or your mason jar, make sure it's nice and tight. And we're gonna dry shake this for about 15 or 20 seconds.
What does dry shaking mean?
Dry shake means there's no ice in it. Dry shake is, it's a bartender's trick. If we had ice in it, we'd be diluting it a little bit more, and that would affect the emulsification process. It would liquid it up a little bit more, and the chill takes that off as well.
Okay, my shaker doesn't seem to be staying on. It keeps leaking.
Can you hold it like this on the top?
I feel like if I do that, it actually spills more.
What about everybody else? You shaking it? Hopefully you're taking pictures right now. I want to see everybody with their best shake face.
I'm clearly a rookie.
That's okay. Okay, so we did about 15 or 20 seconds there. Don't be shy with it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, so when you open it, it might spray on you slightly, but that's okay.
Okay, I totally made a mess.
We're allowed to make a little bit of a mess here. So.
I got bubbles, does that count?
Yeah, bubbles is what you need. Bubbles is good.
Okay, good.
So this is very, very frothy. It smells delicious. You can now take the ice from your glass and some extra ice, and let's put that right into the drink, into your. I'm gonna add a few more cubes because I really want to chill this now really nicely. So you've already emulsified it with the dry shake. Now we're gonna shake it a second time to chill it. So close that back up again. Make sure it's on tight. And let's shake again. Now this is the one that you can hear. It's one of my favorite sounds in the world. You know when you're at the bar and you hear that shaking happening behind there, you kind of want a cocktail, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like smelling French fries when they pass by you. You're like, I'll take one of those. So you should be shaking this and feeling right about now, you're feeling the chill and the condensation at the side of your mixer, the shaking glass. That means it's cold enough and it's ready. So, whoa. Now, we're gonna pour this into the glass and then we're gonna go to the gold part. This is the essential part of this because the garnish is the second most important thing.
Okay.
Hopefully everybody has a strainer. This part is kind of important because you're wanting to make sure that no seeds or pith or anything like that get in it. So it's time to pour.
Okay, I'll be pouring it without a strainer.
That's fine. So if you pour slowly, you'll be able to see the liquid come out first, and then the froth should be collecting on top. When we did the first dry shake, all of this would be really, really, really foamy, almost too much. But now that we did the ice shake afterwards, we diluted a bit of the liquid, and then at the bottom of the shaker, so give it a real kind of flick of your wrist, and we're gonna wait, be patient, because there's lots more that will come out. If you can see in my strainer here, how much more I have. So I'm gonna pour that, there we go.
Oh, that looks really good.
A little bit of a ice cream float on top. Sans cream. How's everyone's looking?
Sure, it looks beautiful.
Okay.
Mine
So
just looks like juice.
we're gonna leave that there, and we're gonna come to your gold. Now, if everybody has their packet of gold flake, as I said before, do not touch it with your skin or your hands. We're gonna take the paper that it's in, and I just want you to open it up and flip it into your bowl or your plate or whatever you're using. Again, we're trying not, You can kind of shake it up or rub it a little bit on the outside of the paper, but I'm just going to open it up and hopefully it falls right into the plate. Ah, yes. So many of you don't have this paintbrush, which is fine. If you have a Q-tip or the tip of a pen or anything that you can just kind of stir this up. So we're going to turn that gold paper into a gold flake. I'm just kind of tapping it around, moving it around.
Is it supposed to be like powder form?
Sure. I mean, not fully powder form because you want a little bit of flake to see, but try not to breathe on it either. I did this once earlier and I did and I blew it all out of the dish. So we don't want to do that here. But anyway, once you have that, we're going to bring it over to the top of your drink. And I'm just going to kind of tap, tap, tap and flick it on top. If you want to, if it's not coming out, you can actually touch it, the top of your drink, and just kind of brush as if you're painting a Monet. And for the rest of you, because this is Believe in the Gold, I'm going to use all of it on top.
Okay.
Let's make it rain gold, baby. Ah, there we go.
Mine doesn't have that pretty frothy topping.
Yeah, without the egg it won't, but it will still taste delicious. And last but not least, if everybody has that little bit of lemon peel that we scored together a little while ago, I'm just going to twist that up and put that on the edge there.
Okay.
And there we have it.
I guess the froth makes it look more pretty, but here we go.
It'll still taste it. Cheers to you, everyone, and your 24 karat sour. Salute.
Oh, that's nice. Mocktail is still good.
I'm sure the mocktail is good. I have to say, though, it's probably not as good as this one. So I hope everyone obviously is tasting the rum, but the balance with the lemon juice and the pineapple juice really balances it out. And of course, the gold flakes on top is a nice touch. I'm going to have a second taste.
Yeah, this is
very good.
I think this was my favorite one.
Mm-hmm. Now, we were using the bitters earlier. I like to add a little touch of them afterwards because this will bring out some extra aroma. So if you want, just do a couple little spritz on top. Just a few little drops. It pretties it up as well, but it will also give you another hit of scent. So cheers again.
Cheers.
That is delicious.
That actually was the topper.
Using the bitters, yeah. So you have all these you have all these ingredients, and we've only used so little of them. So I always recommend to people, especially after this class, use all these ingredients and experiment and make something yourself. Maybe you're not the biggest rum fan in the world. Maybe you want to substitute that for whiskey or vodka or any other spirit. For those of you doing a mocktail, substitute your pineapple juice for an apple juice or anything really. This elderflower cordial can be used in so many different ways. I love it with gin. It really, really goes well with that. But yeah, these bitters, kind of the most expensive thing besides the gold. This is probably your most expensive ingredient here. So put it aside and hopefully you'll use it again for any of your other cocktails. A Manhattan especially, or an old fashioned, definitely an ingredient that cannot be missed. But here we are. This is your rum class. And as W.C. Fields says, you got to believe in something, and I believe I'll have another sip. So
good, so will I.
Does anybody have any questions at all? Is everyone enjoying it? Are we getting thumbs up? Are we getting bravos? Let's do it again.
I think we're getting some thumbs up. Bravo. I'm sure everyone is enjoying these drinks just as much. Yep, we're getting thumbs up.
Watch how much more foam comes out from the bottom of your shaker. If you go back to your shaker, you might get that extra little bit of foam that was hiding there. I used all mine, but even there.
Oh yeah.
The egg white is so essential. So I hope for those of you who are using it, you got that kind of consistency. So sorry, I'm just cleaning up here. So again, use the ingredients that that you have left over for another cocktail, maybe even right now, or if not for later or another day. Your simple syrups, they'll keep in the fridge for quite a while, about a month before they would sour or go bad. The gold flake, hopefully everybody got that gold flake on top. I know it was pretty difficult to work with, but it really is a beautiful touch. And I've still got some stuck on my skin. So again, thank you all for being here. We're going to keep the chat open. We're going to keep if you want to stay on and ask any questions, I'm still here. But until then, thanks for believing in the gold. And we're very happy
so much.
You joined us. Thank you.
Thank you. It was really great. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh. Shauna Lee's here. Can you hear her?
I can hear you.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Thank
Okay.
you. That was so much fun.
Hi.
I've
Been
getting
lots of pictures of people making their drinks and lots of messages on how much fun that was.
Terrific.
How great those were.
I really hope everyone enjoyed it. It's so much greater when we get to see everybody mixing it together, but I hope on your end that you got to see them enjoying themselves, and the drinks really are delicious. I hope that you would like them too. Did you have one?
I got to have a little sip. It was great. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't wait to actually have a full one and relax.
What is your next? Are you doing another event after this? Is there an auction happening or something?
Well, we have an online auction happening right now.
Okay.
Raffle and event that I'm still emceeing, so I can't sit back and relax one of these beautiful drinks yet. But it is for childhood cancer relief gold, so the gold flakes are perfect.
It's a nice touch.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, I really hope you raise thousands of dollars, and it's for a great cause. So thanks for choosing Eventology to be a part of it. And believe in the gold.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Oh, I guess another question I had.
Yes.
So for people who have really enjoyed these drinks, if they wanted to, could they get the recipe online or?
We don't offer the recipes online. If you've been a part of the course or you've been a part of the class, they have that information there. But really, you can Google any cocktail you want. I always say to start with your spirit. You're not drinking tonight, that's fine. You can mix anything together, really. But if someone has a preference of their spirit, Eventology, of course, we do a rum masterclass, the one that you just did. We do a tequila margarita masterclass. There's so many, pretty much one for each of the major spirits. So ingredients and types of drinks are not hard to find. But yeah, through Eventology, we don't offer them openly online. You'd have to maybe ask Alex. Maybe she'll hook you up.
Awesome. Well, we're really thankful for these drinks and for creating them and helping us.
It's a nice event, and I think most people really kind of get into it. And even like you said, there's some families that were participating, and it doesn't have to be just about the alcohol. It's just really nice to kind of be able to do something that a lot of people haven't done, and then you find out actually easy it is. I hope I made it look easy. We had a few extra steps here that people wouldn't normally do at home, but I think it's pretty straightforward once you do it once, right?
So all of our feedback is everybody loves the drinks. It's been really good. We've chosen the color gold because gold represents childhood cancer, and that's what we're raising funds for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So keep donating, keep raising money, hitting your donate button, bidding on auction items. Everything is matched by Birdies for Kids at 50%.
Wow.
Tonight.
Well, cheers. Believe in the gold.
We have a raffle also happening, 50-50. You're guaranteed to win $600 on that.
Wow. The winner's guaranteed to win $600.
So we're going to be playing next for you a video from a BC family that we supported. In 2016, BC started in the Kootenays. We expanded into BC to include the Kootenay area because that's where JC was born. And her dad still resides there. And her auntie, Marnette Siemens Uphill, has co-chaired and spearheaded this event since 2016. It has supported 20 families in the Kootenay area. So 20 families in the Kootenay area is quite a small area for kids to have cancer and us to support them. They have to all travel for treatment. And we've had to support them at higher costs because there's no treatment available there. They have to travel to Calgary or Vancouver to receive treatment. And BC has raised all that money through one event, the gala that they hold each year. And we're going to hear from a family there now. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For our mixologist. That's been a great fun.
Many people look at my life and consider it to be a terrible 2 years. Well, yeah, there are strenuous challenges that come with years full of illness, but there are also many blessings. In my 18 years of living, I have never felt so much love and support. Although this journey has been difficult, I am grateful for the important lessons that I have learned.
It began from a young lady named JC Uphill who was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma as a teenager, and she recognized at such a young age that there really wasn't a lot of awareness associated with childhood cancer. There wasn't enough funding for research with childhood cancer, and that families were becoming financially strapped because there weren't a lot of avenues to approach for extra funding. Provide financial support for accommodations when they're away from home, for food and extra expenses, for travel expenses, and any type of medical expenses that are not going to be covered with no questions asked.
Connor was diagnosed at 15 months old with hepatoblastoma. It's a rare form of liver cancer. It's 1 in 5 billion for boys under 5. Once you get behind, it's hard to get ahead. And that was a huge thing for us. We did have some savings, but unfortunately those went really, really quickly.
The last thing that was on my mind was money, but it caught up to me after he got all the help and everything done that he needed. And then bills started piling up and I realized I had missed weeks and weeks of work.
Without Believe in the Gold, I don't know how we would have done it. I don't think we would have our home, our vehicles, like our bills wouldn't be paid. It would be really scary.
So we don't expect people to sell vehicles and sell houses and reach out to family members to get money. We just are there to help. A lot of the times, these kids actually die from the treatment, not the cancer. So in our case, my daughter Alyssa was actually in remission when she passed away, but there was a complication with her radiation therapy, and that is what actually caused her to die.
So how great is that, the fundraising that's been happening in BC and some of our BC family supporters. Thank you so much for all your support in BC. So you can purchase raffle tickets. Share that link on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all your social media ways that you can share, because tonight you will win $600 at minimum on your raffle draw for your 50/50 tickets. So please buy 50/50 tickets, and that will be a great win for you tonight. And I want to say thank you to our tropical plant sponsors for our staycation tonight, for all our wonderful array of plants here that they donated tonight for our background. That's been great. And as you can see in the background, we have our fundraising efforts on our thermometer at $1,020, being matched at 50% by Bird Kids, Altalink at 50%. So in 2017, we expanded Believe in the Gold to Saskatchewan. And we have supported over 80 families throughout the entire province of Saskatchewan, solely from the Run for Childhood Cancer that is held in Regina every single year from 2017, which we are so grateful for our committee chair, Dan Rasovich, Rough Rider alumni, who is online watching tonight with his wife, Laura, who works at the hospital and knows how important this funding is. Thank you guys so much out there in Regina for all your support. And our national run chair, Rob Shiroska, who helped us branch this run out to Saskatchewan and helping all of those families throughout the entire province of Saskatchewan. Can you imagine one run supporting all of those families? We're going to hear from that family right now.
In 2016, our daughter Zara was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 15 months old. It was a nightmare we never expected. We had no idea what was in store, but we knew that God would help us guide us through all of those dark nights. Zara is a warrior. She took all of the needles, all of the chemo, all of the strangers poking and prodding at her like a champ. She always smiled. She would give that little wink to the doctors as they walked away after an examination. We truly are blessed to have had so many people in our lives to help us through this hard time. Believe in the Gold was there when we needed the financial help to afford the lengthy, long stays in Saskatoon, to travel back and forth to see our other children, and to keep us having food in our belly. Believe in the Gold, they came at the time that I needed just an extra little tap on the shoulder to say everything will be okay. They're not just an organization now, they are my family. Shauna Lee, Rob, Dan, everybody. I can't thank you guys enough for being there for my family through the hard times and through the good. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to know that you guys are still there, still cheering us on. Zara is now almost 6 years old, and she goes to Saskatoon every 3 months for checkups now. She is doing amazing. We have some bumps in the roads with hearing and side effects from chemo, but she's an amazing little girl. I'm so blessed to be her mom. Thank you, Believe in the Gold, for all that you have done for my family. And my prayers are with all of the warrior families that are still dealing with this all. Our family will continue to do fundraisers to help out all the other warrior families, so Believe in the Gold can continue to help them.
For caregivers and caregiver supports put in place, there's still such a gap for much needed financial aid. Believe in the Gold continues to support this gap in our system that still exists today across Canada. We're going to hear from a family in Calgary today and hopefully see them later tonight. Stay tuned for this video. Okay, so now...
Hello, I am Jordan and this is my mom, Michelle.
Hi everybody, yes, I am Jordan's mom and this is my cancer survivor. His name is Jordan and he was diagnosed with bilateral retinoblastoma when he was 4 months old, which is bilateral to both, and retinoblastoma is eyes, so it was eye cancer. He underwent quite a bit as a baby. He had a grueling kidney function test where they injected radioactive dye into his kidneys to see if he could handle all of the chemo cocktail. He had a port inserted. He had to undergo NPO orders, so no food, so they could go into his eyes, laser the tumor cells, as well as give him eye injections of chemo as well as systemic chemo. Yes, so after his first birthday, he actually got his eye removed. I remember the doctors in Toronto saying, hey, you know what, if you do not let us do this, we remove ourselves from your son's care. So it's not like I really had a choice. I needed their expertise and I needed their guidance. And but the tumor was actually over top of his optic nerve. So that almost went into a trilateral cancer, would have went to his brain. So yeah, super scary. Yes, we still go to Toronto sometimes, but Dr. Galley now comes here, so we are very grateful for that. It's been huge expenses for food and for accommodations and everything else when we do go to Toronto. Jordan, Bud, what do you know, or what is your experience with the Toronto hospital, Bud?
When I was 4 months, we had to go to Toronto for cancer because they couldn't do it here, and then but we still go here we still go to the Toronto, to the same place for checkup, but we try to make our visit there more fun by exploring Toronto.
Yeah, we do.
And it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable and scared at the hospital.
Yeah, because we're not too sure exactly what's going on, right? And it's just, we want to make sure we can come home as fast as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's definitely been a scary adventure. But you know what? No matter what, my son is usually smiling, so I'm very grateful for it.
Hi, we're back.
Hi. Yes, so coming back from Toronto, I was looking for community. I felt very disconnected from this cancer society here in Calgary. I had no idea what I was looking for, but I knew I needed to find some sort of emotional support, financial support, you name it. I was a single parent and living in Toronto and having a home back here and being on paternity leave. It was just super challenging. Anyways, so I did a whole bunch of internet searching, and one of the places that I've been so blessed to find is Believe the Gold. I really am happy that I found Believe in the Gold, because not only had they helped financially, but it's also community. So for example, like the 2K run, being able to share a part of our story here with you. The financials, it was crazy being in Toronto and trying to have a house here, but then there's other expenses too, like my son has artificial eyes and sometimes benefits don't cover all of those costs. He also has hearing aids, and there's just different expenses, and families with kiddos that have had this type of diagnosis, there's extra expenses, and it's I just can't say how grateful I am to find Believe in the Gold. They really, 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 really helped me tremendously. Baby, when Mommy told you about Believe in the Gold, what do you remember about them?
I remember that we drive to this place to do a 2K run,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was really, and it was kind of like I was feeling scared if I could do it or not, but then at the end it was really fun and I did it.
You did do it. You did it. And how many times have you done that?
I did it about 3 times and 1 5K run.
So the nice thing is that we've met some awesome people at the 2K run too. I highly recommend it for teams to get together and to accomplish it. We seen Jordan's poster there on our run, and so it was just like, yes, you know what? Every year it's a celebration. It's another celebration that I have my son. So looking forward to more of them. Thank you.
So there's some auction items out there that still haven't been bid on yet. If you want to check that out, they have been lowered in price. There's a Purcell Mountain Lodge experience, a 3-night stay in a private room for 2, round-trip scenic helicopter ride from Golden BC with all meals, a professional guiding service for all activities. Check that out on the auction and check out some of the items that haven't been bid on yet. And I'm going to turn it over to Lisa to tell you how to bid on some of those items.
Just a reminder, if you haven't already created an account, you can create your account and register with your credit card information. And then after clicking the link, you'll receive a text from registering with your credit card. And then if you click on the link, begin searching packages by name, number, or category. You can select the package that you wish to bid on, and then you can hit bid the next increment or bid more, which allows you to hit a maximum. And then if someone bids and your maximum is still higher, then they'll automatically bid for you. To purchase a package at the buy now price, select the buy button. You can also watch a package, select the star icon on the package. To make a donation, you can select the donation button on your home screen and choose a preset amount or select the custom amount button to enter the amount you wish to donate. If you're outbid at any point before the silent auction closes, you will receive a text message. To view packages you're bidding on, click on the menu button and select bids. To view packages you're watching, click on the menu button and select favorites. Once the auction closes, the guest with the highest bid will win. Under the bids area, you can check your winning packages.
So keep bidding on those auction items. The auction doesn't close until 9 o'clock tonight. And remember to use the raffle link because you're guaranteed to win $600 off that raffle tonight. Feel free to share that link on your social media. So when JC started dreaming about Believe in the gold ribbon was barely recognizable. September wasn't even known as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in Canada, and the gold ribbon wasn't recognized hardly anywhere. We've seen so many activists, not only through Believe, but through other organizations, and Believe is now recognized in Canada, and September is now recognized as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and the gold ribbon is starting to be more recognizable as the symbol for childhood cancer. We see in Calgary that the gold ribbon in September is recognized as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And for the run, we've had the mayor of Regina come out and recognize September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. We do have a surprise for you. We've managed to get one of our star families online tonight to come and say hi and thank you for everyone's generous support. So Saskatchewan, you are live. Britt and Zara, are you there?
Hi, thank you everybody for
supporting Believe in the Gold.
And you got your package and have been enjoying the night?
Woohoo!
Yes.
Are we enjoying the night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I see it?
We tried one of the drinks and it was very good.
Did you guys get your basket and all your goodies?
Love you.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you?
Did you guys get your basket and all your goodies?
Just that one. Look it. Go get the monkey.
Monkey.
Not
Come
working?
show them.
Oh.
This is her favorite. The monkey. Yes. What did you guys get in your goodies?
Cool Hershey's bars that I haven't heard of before.
And what about your candy apples?
Oh yeah, the candy apples. Wait, I don't get one.
Oh, you already ate all your candy apples. I seen that picture. And did you enjoy doing the mixology?
Here she comes with one of her candy apples. She hasn't finished her candy apple yet.
I see it.
Eat it now, Karen.
And the apple inside. It's a candy apple.
Yes, we only tried the one drink, so we'll attempt on the 12 or the 24 karat gold another night.
Well,
the Bellini one? Yeah, the elderflower Bellini one.
My love.
so what did you think of the virtual gala tonight, Britt? What did you guys think of the virtual gala tonight?
What do you think of? I really wish that we could see you all in person and give you guys some big hugs, but we enjoy being able to help you guys this way too. Sarah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to sign in and show us how excited you guys are. It looks like you've had a lot going on there with
so
6 of you at home.
Guys. What do you guys say? Turn around.
Thank
You can see me? Okay. I'm just gonna get my son now.
Now we have our family from Alberta.
Oh, and then-
Hi, Britt, and
Can you see me on both streets?
family. We're gonna say hello to Alberta family. We have Michelle
There,
and
I closed the other
Jordan
screen.
online.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Michelle and Jordan.
Okay, I'll hang up.
Okay. Jordan! Come here!
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me? Michelle, can you hear me?
Where are you?
In here. Okay, so I need you.
Michelle, can you hear me?
I need you to be down here.
Unfortunately, we are having a problem connecting with our Alberta family, Michelle, but I did receive a message from her earlier this evening. Oh, she's back. We'll say a quick hello to Michelle and Jordan. Are you there, Michelle? Michelle and Jordan? Are you up there? Can you hear? Michelle and Jordan, we can't hear you. Can you check your audio? You guys look so lovely. I love your Believe hat, Jordan. We can't hear you yet. But we're going to have to say goodnight because we can't hear what you're saying. But I got all your messages about how excited you were when you got the basket. I hope you enjoyed your night. We can't hear you right now, but I see your great Believe hat, and I know you got a great basket full of stuff, and you were so excited. And your dog, Roxy, was excited with her stuff too. And your mom was happy with her special treats. So thank you for trying to panel in. We appreciate that. And thank you to all our guests tonight for coming in and joining us virtually. It's been a different type of Touch of Gold Gala this year, doing a virtual event. And we're so thank you and grateful to all our supporters who have joined us this year online to do our virtual staycation Touch of Gold Gala. How wonderful it's been to have your Fork and Farm food and do your mixology event and get a chance to still bid online on auction items and participate in a raffle. And we're glad that we've had Studio Luma to help us make this event possible. So we're just going to say that the online auction stays open until 9 o'clock. At that time, the bidding will close. Whoever is the highest bidder will receive that auction item. If you are in Calgary, those items will say on the bottom that there are delivery or pickup at that location. If you live outside of Calgary, there may be a shipping fee associated with that cost. Please look at that item carefully when you're bidding. There is upcoming Believe events. Look for the Run for Childhood Cancer. Like we said, that happens in Regina every year. That funds all those families in Regina. It happens in Calgary as well every September. And we have to say a special thank you for this studio here for hosting us and making this all happen virtually. We have to say thank you again to Shaw Charity Classics, sponsored by AltaLink, to matching our donations up to 50%. To buy your raffle tickets and keep on bidding until 9 o'clock. Everything will stay open until then. And thank you again for joining us. And we hope next year that we can see you live.
We have about 20 minutes if you want to shoot something out to the chat room, or we can just call it.
So you can continue to chat online with us. We will be here until 9 o'clock. And we will be signing off from a live perspective, but we will be on our chat lines. Have a good evening, and we hope you enjoyed our event. Thank you.